monument, advancement of human civilization, skyscrapers, those are something that symbolize our progress. And there are people in this world who want to tear that down.
Now, you may not be able to tell this from the title of the collection, but Ayn Rand herself said that this collection she wrote for college students and for people who work with college students. It's for those people who are looking for a voice of reason to turn to.
And you can understand that better if you realize that at the time, there were massive student protests and a lot of concern about what's happening to the next generation. She says to understand these upheavals, you have to understand what's happening in the schools, the impact of progressive education as an ideology, and in the university. You have to understand the role of and the impact of ideas from the left, particularly the new left, and how that shapes people's actions and views.
Now, part of the reason she appears to be able to see these issues in a way that nobody else is she placed a certain value on philosophy. And actually, the last of her nonfiction titles that I want to raise, at least, is one that I thought should have a question mark in it when I first saw it. Philosophy, Who Needs It? Doesn't have a question mark at the end of it.
Why is that?
Well, everybody, actually, whether they explicitly know it or not, operates on and needs to operate on a philosophy, a set of ideas that guide your life. In fact, not doing so would lead to death. That's pretty dramatic. Mm-hmm. So we think of philosophy as being something that academics do in the university setting. It's ivory tower. It's detached. It's about up in the mind. And for Ayn Rand, her view is that philosophy is what makes the world move. It's what you need to understand in order to live life. It's not about the floating abstraction. It's about how to actually take action day to day. Yeah, and what's striking is it has both perspectives. It has both the impact of philosophy on a society, on a civilization, a macro level, but then it really it spoke to me personally, and not just in my time of life reading it, but it says your life is in your hands, and you need to realize that choices you make have an implication for what you do, and you should be conscious about that. And that is the role of philosophy. You either have it and choose it, or you put your life out of control and abdicate. So that's a nonfiction, but I found that the titles of the fiction to be equally intriguing.